Well, it took 2.5 years and thousands of hours of collaboration, and this is how he wrote the book.
It's interesting. I am looking at your environment and your classroom and the space that you're in and all the light in that space, and it's really nice to see tomorrow.
And tomorrow is bright. It is. The sun is bursting through the clouds. Well, it was a few minutes ago. And, yeah, tomorrow's going to be a bright day.
The process of writing this book for me has been so intriguing because you're very present, you're very immediate through Facebook chat. We're writing this piece, we have written this book in real time.
Beamed from Seattle, or near Seattle, up into the space, across the ocean, back down into Japan, probably being intercepted in China and North Korea. It's quite amazing. In fact, we better get this book out quickly because there may be a pirated version coming out soon. To those observing this, you may think you're looking at two old friends talking to each other, and frankly, we've met once in person for about 40 minutes, tops, with the champagne buzz on. But through this medium, we've developed an amazing friendship beyond a collaboration.
Yeah, but also that concept in the book of a connection that's larger and more universal in its application and feeling than everyday interactions. Hey, why get married when you have the internet?
My life is based on seeking out information and inspiration through all my senses, and somehow distilling them into something that makes sense for me or expresses something inside of me. And as a musician, I've been doing that, or trying to do that, for decades. And now that I'm a writer, and it still feels weird to say writer, it's kind of like, before you get married, you have to learn how to say the word fiance. I remember we had a 1-week debate negotiation about the end of one sentence.
Well, I think that the process of writing the book has been very collaborative. And also, I think our personalities are different, but also similar enough that we work together. Really, there's a lot of simpatico in how we work together. And I think that's one of the reasons that this piece of work has worked as well as it has, because we are able to relax with the give and take, and also there's a lot of respect for the other's professionalism. I have high respect for you as a writer and as a musician and as a thinker and a feeler, and just the whole matrix of who you are makes it easy to work with you.
And I feel like you're the Kung Fu master, and I'm David Kane, aka Grasshopper, trying to grasp the stone from your hand. And sometimes I think I've missed your hand and maybe slapped your leg or something, and other times I've grabbed the stone and swallowed it just to make you laugh. And sometimes it wasn't a stone at all. Actually, I was the stone and it was the grasshopper, which makes no sense at all.
Which is why you have me.
Yeah.
But that's been my play in this, is to take your brilliance and give it some shape and put it back in the world so that it is something that readers will relate to.
And I feel sometimes that I'm like talking to Chopin or something and saying, play to this hip-hop beat. Just, yeah. Nocturnes to a hip-hop beat. You can do it. We can do it. I promise you it'll work out. It's a great process, and frankly, it's not just the book is just sort of a almost a symbolic of the kind of changes that have come from writing this book. It's just hard copy of the process that's gone on internally and over the airwaves, and how you've helped me distill clarity out of a potpourri of creative impulses and ideas and past reflections and making connections between things. So, how much do I owe you, Doctor?
Well, it's been collaboration of the highest order. That we both had the same goal for the book, and that was a creative expression of something bigger than both of us.
Yeah.
And to that extent, I think readers are going to be thrilled with it and responsive to it, because we're speaking to the fundamental human part of all of us. Because all of us are a mishmash of all kinds of stuff and emotions, and you so beautifully articulate the vulnerability of being human in your book. And also finding a path towards something bigger than yourself and greater for the planet in terms of healing that life around you. And that's why this book is as good as it is, because it's taking something that's greater than both of us.